Welcome to the Alphasphere, the only place on the planet that's totally engulfed in positivity and totally submerged in alpha energy. I'm your host, Dr. BOA.
Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Dying to become the most alpha version of you. Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become the most alpha version of you. Welcome to the Alphasphere. Get money division. The place where you transform into a man on a mission. Learning to not feel guilty about selfish decisions. You and your best self would be on a head-on collision. You will not be stopped by obstacles that's dropped by those who wanna see you fall, cause more wanna see you fall. You will be so focused, you won't get no peace at all, till you go from mud feet to walking on streets of gold. Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Dying to become the most alpha version of you. Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become the most alpha version of you. Dr. BOA, the utmost alpha surgeon, helping you to become your most alpha version. Old and new you, this is where they will be merging. Get money today, so later you'll be spurging. Tell them haters you do not care what they say about you. Just meant to live out to make them live without you. When your vision sprouts to living it from chasing it. When they say your name, just make sure they put some bass on it. Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Dying to become the most alpha version of you. Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become the most alpha version of you.
In case you were confused, that corny shit you did is why niggas think you corny.
Yeah.
In case you were off a little bit as to why you just keep thinking that money hides corny.
You know what's so crazy? I went to school with Michael B. Jordan at a point in life. We went to Chad Science Academy together in Newark. And to be honest with you, we teased him all the damn time because his name was Michael Jordan. Let's start there. And he was no Michael Jordan. And he also would come to school with a headshot. We lived in Newark. That's the hood. We would make fun of him like, what you gonna do with your stupid headshot? And now look at him.
Corny kid, right?
No, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure.
Shame on Michael B. Jordan for even giving that woman the satisfaction of knowing that something she said years ago in high school still burns you like that when you become who you become.
You can go anywhere to get the lies, but I know you came here to get the truth. Welcome to the Alphasphere.
Welcome to the Alphasphere, the only place on the planet that's totally engulfed in positivity and totally submerged in alpha energy. I'm your host, Dr. BOA.
All right, so what's good, homies? What's good? What's good? It's your man, Dr. BOA. It's been a minute. We back up in the joint again, man. And, you know, I just put a video up today, man, about Joe Budden saying Michael B. Jordan is corny for the way he responded in his interview. And I was going to leave it alone. But when I got in the comments, I saw how many of you guys had these emotional responses in your feelings. And not even your feelings toward the topic. Your damn feelings toward Joe Budden. Now, for those of you who haven't been watching me long or you're just watching me for the first time, this doesn't apply to you. You got some learning to do about becoming the most alpha version of yourself. But for those of y'all that been rolling with me for a long time, how dare y'all get in y'all damn emotions about some dude y'all don't like? Y'all ain't learned then why you been in the Alphasphere? Here's the thing. If you were corny, you know it. But that was a past time in your life. And let's not forget who we talking about. For those of you who are saying he ain't corny, remember he tried to write up a real life 304 in Lori Harvey, a woman who said that stuff ain't for her. She don't want no commitment. She want to play the field. She want to have as many men she want to. She want to ride the carousel. But he tried to wife her up. So we're not talking about some man who has a clean record when it comes to dealing with women from a position of power. We're talking about Michael B. Damn Jordan. Now let's get to the elephants in the room. Y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me loud and clear. Chief, I see you. SJ3, my brother, salute. Y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me loud and clear, man. Now let me try to make that kangaroo on that Kango straight. That Kango kind of cocked to the side too, ain't it? Y'all just gonna have to roll with me. So we're gonna talk about these elephants in the room. The first elephant is the abundance mindset. It's easy to have the abundance mindset when ain't no pressure on you to prove the abundance mindset. Now we have all this talk about the abundance mindset. You got to have the abundance mindset. You know what the abundance mindset is? I got so many women in my life right now that what some broad said in high school is nothing. I don't even remember it. My life is so good, so great, not just with women, but life in general, my career, my social circle, my spiritual relationship with God. Everything is so great. I have an abundance mindset. So whatever happened during those times, I appreciate all of it because it made me who I am. So all I can say to somebody is, hey, whatever you did, I appreciate it because it helped me become who I am. But he responded in his feelings. Remember you said this about me? What you think now? Man, that's some sucker shit, and y'all know it. See, the problem is a lot of y'all are on this platform trying to find a way to get your thrills from somebody saying everything bad you ever wanted to say to the women in your life who didn't treat you good. Well, the atmosphere ain't that spot, Jack. Second elephant, let any woman give you your value. Now, if you meet a woman right now and you want her okay, I get that. You still got some learning to do, but I understand that. How in the hell you gonna let a woman from the past, from high school, have anything to do with your value? So much, in fact, that you would address something that she said whenever she said it. Dog, you Michael B. Jordan. You just directed and starred in a franchise you have based on one of the biggest sports movies in history. You are the new Rocky. And you could go Rocky, you can go Creed 4, 5, 6 if you want to. And this is just some woman who went to school with you interviewing you. And let's be honest, there was nothing disrespectful in this video in this interview when it started. She didn't say anything disrespectful to him. Yeah, she tried to say, hey, we were in school. What he should have did was ignored the broad. He should have acted like he don't even remember her from school. I tell y'all like this, you know what my motto is? If you didn't fuck with me then, I don't fuck with you now. And the way you do that is not by reminding somebody, you remember you didn't mess with me then? No, you don't mess with her now. Okay, let's put BOA in that position. Okay, right here we got Dr. BOA and he's blah, 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 blah. And if y'all know we do have history, we went to school together and blah, 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 blah. And I just stand there and wait for the question. I won't even acknowledge it. I won't even say yay or nay. It would be such an afterthought to me that she would sound stupid for saying it because I wouldn't respond. You could do that, or you could go even further than that and say, huh? We went to school together? You sure? All right, okay, I don't remember you. But I wouldn't even did that. That's too much attention to it. When the woman said it, she was looking for validation of some kind. And Michael B. Jordan gave her validation. Here's this woman that we don't know, looking for validation from this very famous man that we do know. All she was looking for is the fact that he would acknowledge her from his past, that he remember her from his past, that she put such a stain on his brain that he remembers her from the past. And she don't give a damn if it was negative or positive, the stain she put on his brain. We talk about validation. You think if women cared about positive validation that they be showing their body on social media like that? They don't care about the validation. They just want it. It don't matter where it come from. And this is one of the biggest days of this man's life. It's premiere, Creed 3. He directed. He's the star. He's taken over from Sylvester Stallone of the Rocky franchise. This is huge for him. And he let some broad from the past pull him back down into the high school days. And y'all like, he did good. Nah, he was a beta male simp mangina, just like he was with Laura Harvey. The problem with y'all dudes, y'all don't want nobody calling no dudes out. If y'all just want a hate mongering place to go, man, where somebody just always talking bad about women, you better take your ass somewhere else. You need to unsubscribe from the Alphasphere right now, Jack. Because I'm gonna call it how I see it every time. You understand? And if you can't understand, man, I ain't got nothing to do with your inability to comprehend basic human function, homie. That's on you. Go somewhere else where they talk bad about brows all day. If that's what you want. A woman can't do nothing you don't let her do. And in this situation right here, this woman got on her resume that Michael B. Jordan gave her some validation. All she was doing was trying to interview him. You know what he should have did? He should have just stuck with the interview. Man, you don't never let a woman see you sweat. You don't never let a woman from the past think you thinking about her in any kind of way. So what? She tried to act like we were cool. Listen, if she tried to act like y'all was cool, you don't feed into it. You just ignore it. Yeah, and y'all know we go back in high school and such and such. I just would have said, no, we don't. Oh, just this? Huh? Basically, what he did was let her get him to admit that he was a lame in high school and she was an it girl. And she paid him no attention. So he didn't win. She suckered him into validating that verifying that he was a chump in high school. How does he win in that situation? Because he said, well, remember you called me lame? She didn't say, she didn't be like, well, I was wrong, blah, blah. She just said, no, I ain't quite say it like that. She ain't say, we ain't talk about you. She just said, hey, I ain't call you corny. And for what she admits saying, she said everything but corny. She said he wasn't this and he wasn't that and he wasn't this and he wasn't that. But she didn't say corny. Man, you never give a woman that type of validation, man, or that type of control over your emotional state, man. Now let's get into this thing. Alpha Kingdom, my brother, salute. Got my brother Fee up in the joint, man. Salute to you, man. Sending my blessing to the mob. Peace out. Phil, salute to you, bro. Appreciate the dub, man. I always support, man. Yeah, man. Y'all go follow Fee, man. Y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Y'all go follow him on IG, man. That boy, he popping over there on IG, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about somebody moving around the world with their passport? That boy, they're doing it. I'm talking about moving around the globe with it. So let's get into this thing, man. Oh, and never mind. He never said he tried to date her. He just said that he was a lame and they used to diss him in school. That's what she said. And that's kind of what he admitted. He was a lame and they used to diss him in school. Now let's get into this thing. And remember this. And let me tell y'all something. The hell with the market giving you your value. Women run the market. If you're going to say the market give your value, you saying women give your value. Go to somebody, man, who's going to teach you about that, man, and tell you that that's the right way to be. Because the Alphasphere ain't the place for you. Now, let's take a deep dive into this thing. The first thing you men got to do, you got to understand when a woman is seeking validation. Anytime you, the man, and a woman is trying to let the world know that she's been knowing you for all this time, she's seeking validation. I don't give a damn how you feel in your feelings. Oh, I got an opportunity to tell her off now. I got an opportunity to tell her, what do you think about me now? Or do you think I'm corny now? Hey, man, that ain't for you to do. You got to give her the opposite of validation. What's the opposite of validation? No attention, homie. Y'all be listening to all this red pill talking, all this dating talking, all this, man. And the first opportunity y'all get, y'all go get in the comments and jump all emotional. When a woman seeks validation, you don't give it to her. You give her the opposite, which is no attention. You just ignore what she's saying. You act like she didn't even say it. When she said that, he should have said something about the movie. Or I thought we were here to interview. I mean, are you going to interview me or are you going to talk about your high school days? There were many ways to handle that, as opposed to, nah, remember you said I was this? Nah, look at me. Man, y'all boy immature as hell if you think that's cool. Y'all need to grow up, man. Grow up. Always trying to be a man, talking like you a man, but then when it comes time to be a man, you turn into a little boy, little scared boy, little butthurt boy, little, oh, remember you called me this. So what, dog? You grown, rich, paid, and famous. How you gonna sit around here worried about what some bro said to you in high school? All she could do right now is interview you at your premiere of the movie you directed and starred in. Come on, man, that's super lame. Super lame. Give her the opposite of validation when she's seeking it, and that's no attention. Second thing, never let a woman dictate the convo with you. She was there to interview you. She drew you into another conversation. You got to keep or change topics logically, not emotionally. She drew him into an emotional response by reminding him of a time that's an emotional sore spot for him. Michael B. Jordan was manipulated in front of the world. And y'all dudes talking about he did the right thing. He did the right thing, let someone manipulate him into recognizing her. And to recognize that she used to call me a lame. So what? So what? Boy got all the options of women, man. He gonna have that exchange with some bro from high school. Man, I would not have even acknowledged her. I mean, listen, it would have been so bad that she would have left the interview saying, well, damn, did I really go to school with him? I think I did. Or did I just dream that? But this is what happens when you're not in control of your faculties and you have not overcome the issues that still haunt you from your past. That's why many of you men need counseling. Many of you men need to strengthen your relationship with God. Many of you men need to really focus on becoming the most out version of yourself. And many of you men need to stop focusing on trying to date these women, giving your strength and your logical capacity away to these women by trying to get into an emotional situation. And you need to work on yourself and build yourself, because if you think this is a logical response for a man, then something's wrong with you internally. This is not a logical response for a man. It's kind of like when you're talking to a woman and she says something, blah, 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 and you're talking to her, trying to tell her about something she needs to improve, and she turn around and tell you, well, you do it too. Some of y'all do that. Some of y'all, the woman to be talking about something, well, you know, when you did this, it hurt my feelings, blah, blah, blah. Well, you do it too, or you do this. Man, get out y'all feelings, dog. You gonna have feelings, you a man, but you never let them dictate you. And Michael B. Jordan let his feelings dictate his response to this woman. And y'all let y'all disdain for Joe Budden, who y'all don't know personally, cloud y'all judgment about the actual way that the man responded. Just because Joe Budden said he responded wrong, y'all just want to go against Joe Budden. Well, Joe Budden said it. I don't agree with it. I can't agree with nothing Joe Budden say. So what? We talking about what happened in high school? Man, you don't acknowledge that. You know, you don't give people that type of power over your life, dog. Third elephant, but not third elephant, but the third topic, subtopic. Always be bigger than the moment and the broad. You got to always be, this was his moment, but he's bigger than the moment because the moment is only happening because of him. It's his moment. Always be bigger than the moment. And you always got to be bigger than the broad. Man, she's an interviewer. I'm probably not finna recognize no interview that I know from back in the day. Well, even when it was a positive interaction, I'm not finna recognize. You're here to interview me. That's all you're here to do. On one of the biggest days of this man's life, man, here's the world premiere of this, probably finna be the biggest career thing that's ever happened to him, man. And he's sitting there, someone pulling back into when they used to tease him in high school. And listen, the fact that y'all grown ass men use words like tease and bully want to apply to a female. Y'all mean to tell me that y'all gonna say because this woman said he was this and he was that and he was lame or whatever, that he was bullied? What the hell wrong with y'all? A woman says something about you and she's bullying you in high school? Come on, man. Come on, dog. Come on. This world can't be this emotional at this point, man. It can't be. It can't be this emotional at this point. Big Mo, appreciate the dub. Just passing the plate. Getting ready for some dope game of life. All right, man. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you, Big Mo. You just can't do it, man. He should have skipped the school reference and stuck to the topic of the biggest night of his life. He should just skip the school reference altogether. When she said that, he should have acted like she ain't even said. He should have turned around and started talking to somebody. Literally. When she said that, I would turn around and start talking to somebody. Looked at my watch or something. Or I just would look straight in the camera like this. And as y'all know, we go back, we went to school. As y'all know, we go back, we went to school and such. Hey, I see you inside. See you inside. I see you, girl. I see you. Looking good. All right, now where were we? We gonna skip all past that. I'm not even finna. She finna sing like a liar. To anybody that don't truly know she went to school with me, she finna sing like a liar. Because I'm not even gonna address it. I certainly would not validate her attempt to clout chase. When you respond in a way that lets the world know you did go to school with her, you just gave her the clout that she was chasing, fool. Y'all boys emotional, man. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It really saddens me, man. It saddens me that you guys could be listening to my content all this time and then support an emotional man with an emotional response to an irrelevant woman. The same man who tried to wife up Lori Harvey, who's for the streets. I don't get it. I don't get that. The same man who tried to wife up Lori Harvey, who for the streets and not dating one of his homies, one of his co-stars. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. He should have skipped the school reference, ignored it, and stuck to the topic of the biggest night of his life. That night was about Creed. It was not about who the hell he knew in high school. And she clout chased, and he gave her the clout. Not only did he give her clout, he admitted that she affected his life in a negative manner to the damn world. I know a bunch of y'all beta male manginas think that's a good thing to do, but it's not. It's not a good thing to do, man. Next thing, never let a woman pull you down to her level. Never let a woman pull you down to her level. Professional circumstances should always be handled professionally. I don't give a damn where you are. That's why you don't mix business with family, because professional circumstances must always be handled professionally, never personally. You can't do it. If you're going to allow people to handle professional situations with you on a personal level, you're always going to lose. You're always going to lose. So while y'all talking about he responded with cool, he shouldn't have responded at all. He let the broad pull him into an emotional exchange about a personal history they have. Something that he knew was probably going to make him give an emotional response. The corny guy, huh? Huh? And even when she said, I didn't say it, what was the response? No, I heard it. I heard it. Bro, you paid. You Michael B. Jordan. You Creed, dog. You are Creed right now, and you getting the director money and the damn actor money, dog. You Creed. You're a success story, homie. The farthest she ever made it is being able to interview you. Come on, bruh. It's not even a benefit to you for her to interview you. It's not like a new bubbling rapper going on the Breakfast Club or going on Funk Flex or going to talk to Sway. It's not like that. She's just a chick interviewing you at the biggest night of your life. To her, this is the greatest gig ever. But you let her pull you down to your level. Never let a woman pull you down to her level, man. The worst thing you could ever do is let a woman pull you down to her level. Like if you meet a woman who ain't got no paper and you pay and then you end up broke too, you let a woman pull you down to her level. Don't do it, man. The worst thing you could ever do. Biggest mistake you ever made. I guarantee you, man, that somebody at Michael B. Jordan is saying, man, you should just ignore her. Just ignore her. Then later on in the interview, I ain't even played the rest of her. She manipulated him into going against his home, and she tried to. Which one of y'all is the best looking? Which one of y'all is so y'all Batman and Batman or man, she called him Batman and Batman. They called him Superman and Superman. And she damn near said Batman and Batman. Batman and Batman, man, sound like Batman and Batman. Y'all don't even look into the way a woman will use vernacular to manipulate a man who has allowed himself to be in a position of weakness when he's interacting with her. Y'all got to get out your feelings, man. Being in your feelings will never pan out the way you think it ought to pan out. It never will. Let me see. WG, appreciate the 5 bone. That what he did was a good look and made him even bigger because a lot of people went through that and now people resonate with him even more. Man, that don't mean shit. That don't mean that he handled it wrong. He still handled it wrong. It shit wasn't good. You know what would have been good? For him to tell people, once you make it, you don't even have to acknowledge those people. She was wrong. She knows she was wrong. She looking at him. And here's the thing. If she said he was corny, he might still be corny. Let's be realistic, man. Let's be realistic. The way that boy blew that Valentine's Day bag on Laura Harvey, man, y'all thought he was corny too. Let's not act like this isn't something that's already been said. From the way he interact with women, especially with Laura Harvey. Come on, bro. What happened? It didn't do nothing. For all of this right here, all of this information about becoming the best version of yourself, and you guys want to stick to the fact, well, it just showed, man, it didn't show guys shit. It didn't show guys nothing. Because if you ain't got no drive about yourself with determination, you're gonna be a scrub. It would have made him look bigger if he would have handled it like it was beneath him. See what? You know what? I get it. So maybe you're right. Maybe it does work like that. Y'all looking for a simp savior. I thought simp saviors was just for women. But I see a lot of you guys are looking for simp saviors too. Well, this happened to me and that happened to me and all of that. And now I feel better because Michael B. Jordan is a success. Okay, what the hell you doing? Michael B. Jordan doing that ain't gonna make you a success. It's gonna make you feel better. There's that word, feelings again. It's gonna make you feel better. That's all. You feel better seeing Michael B. Jordan made it, and now y'all living vicariously through Michael B. Jordan because he had the opportunity to confront a woman who said he was lame. Come on, man. We talking about high school. If you're a grown man and you still stuck on what woman you couldn't get in high school, man, you need some counseling. You have bigger issues than becoming the best version of yourself. That's something psychological that you need to get remedied. And I don't say this in a joking manner, and I don't say it, and I'm not being lighthearted about it. I say this in all sincereness. In all sincerity, you guys need to get some help if you still have a hang up about some woman from high school, man. I mean, unless you're 20. But you man, look, you get a 5-year window. By 25, you should be done with that. And even earlier than that, if you become successful early. See, here's the thing. She already sees he made it to his level. So addressing it verbally is catty and messy. It turned into it's almost like turning into a female conversation, a female on female conversation. Well, don't try to act like we cool. You remember you said this? Man, men don't talk about it. Men just be about it. As a man, you don't say, man, don't mess with that dude right there. You just stop messing with him. As a man, you don't say, no, I don't mess with that girl right there. She told me this. You just don't mess with her. All that catty cha, man, that's feminine. For him to think that it's not feminine. For him to respond verbally like that, it's feminine. It's feminine to respond verbally like that. And it's weak because she was seeking that validation. And guess who gave it to her? Michael B. Jordan gave it to her. See, you ain't got to say something to a woman who already sees that she interviewing you at the premiere of your Creed movie that you starred in and produced and directed. Rather, you starred in and directed. She see you made it. What's the purpose in you saying, ha, 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 you thought I was corny, remember? Man, listen, you show people with your success. After that, you ain't got to run your mouth. You show people with your success. The best way to get back at people who underestimated you is to become successful. At that point, you don't have to say anything. Let your actions speak for you. But if you're in your feminine emotions, you got to get the last word. You know how feminine it is to have to get the last word? You got to get the last word. Well, you said this, but look at me now. And she was really just interviewing the dude, trying to give a great interview. Ain't like she was on him. She saw clout. She got it from Michael B. Jordan. Never respond emotionally. Respond with logic. And logic says, I'm not finna let this chick get her validation that she is obviously seeking through me. We finna do this interview, and maybe on later tonight, behind closed doors, I'll take her somewhere and break her back. But right here in front of the world, I'm not even finna acknowledge her ass. In front of the world, I'm not even finna acknowledge her. What he showed you, young guys, is the wrong way to do the shit. So if he's bigger in your eyes, it's because you're smaller in your eyes. He's not bigger in your eyes. You're smaller in your eyes. That's just not the way to handle it. See, this is what happens. It shows young boys, even if you improve yourself, you should still let a bro from school know you hurt my widow feelings. You hurt my widow feelings. I'm this big, successful man. I've made all of this money, all of this fame and notoriety. But remember back then, you hurt my widow feelings. Man, that ain't what no boy's supposed to be. You don't teach no boy that. The world is tough for a man. It's too damn tough for you to be so soft. You got to respond to something a woman said in the past. The world is tough for a man. They out here trying to chew you up in the world. The world is ready to eat you up, chew you up, and spit you out, man. You ain't got time to be getting emotional by something a woman said. I'm trying to tell you. Again, YG, that right there was a healing moment for him. He need to do that. He got that off his chest. Something that probably been bothering him since in high school. You know, the problem is, it don't really matter because he's still living the same life, still dealing with the same thing. Laura Harvey is an example. He's still dealing with the same thing. The thing is, the purpose is to not allow a woman to get your ass that riled up. There are probably some guys who slapped him around. Yeah, he might want to deal with that, but you never let a woman get you that riled up. At some point as a man, you shouldn't have to throw things in people's faces. That is feminine. It's feminine to feel like you got to throw something back up in a woman's face. Come on, man. You call that healing. And man, if you need to heal from a woman not liking you, man, your ass is a sucker. If you need to heal from a woman not liking you, you're a sucker. The only thing supposed to happen from a woman not liking you is you getting yourself together. Not for the woman. You getting yourself together for you so you can elevate above that type of woman. As Michael B. Jordan has done, and like he should have been done, but it ain't showing up because he's still responding to her like that. Man, let me tell you, I'm going to be honest with you. If you got to spend your adult life healing from high school trauma by confronting the people who didn't like you, man, your ass better be 20. You better be younger than 25. That's all I got to say. If you're not younger than 25, you live in a sucker life. And you need to improve. See, we do all this improving financially. We go to the gym and work out, do all that, but you don't improve yourself mentally and emotionally. You don't improve yourself spiritually. You're still seeking validation from a woman. And so here's the thing. He still didn't get validation from her. It ain't like she was jocking him trying to get with him. So whatever validation he was seeking, you got to know when you're seeking validation too. And what he was seeking was the validation of the woman saying, well, you know what? Yeah, I was wrong about you. And you weren't this. And yeah, I wish if I had known you was going to be this. He didn't get none of that. So what healing he got? The woman still didn't say, you were right and I was wrong. Ain't no healing from that. He got an opportunity to say something, and it still didn't get him no positive response. She was doing the interview. She like, no, I ain't say that about you now. That ain't what I said. Not exactly that. She still didn't give him no positive response. She didn't go back on her opinion of him. She didn't say I was wrong about you. So what the hell validation he got? What healing he got? Famo, salute. Cam got insight. Salute. Appreciate the dime. Appreciate the game. Dr. BOA been watching your content, becoming better every day. Salute, man. Salute. Appreciate you. Appreciate you watching, tuning in, man. Appreciate it. Now, you got to think about this also. This is a hood chick. She admitted that she was hood. So here's this great man doing great things, giving a hood chick the satisfaction of knowing. And here's the thing. She a hood chick. She still think he lame. She a hood chick. Chicks who like hood dudes think Michael B. Jordan is corny. So she still probably think he corny. Because at the point she's at, she probably can rock out with some rappers or some D-boys or something. She probably still think he corny. So what's the point? Getting money don't mean you ain't corny. It just means that you got grind and hustle and talent. Becoming famous don't mean you ain't corny. A prerequisite to fame is not being hip or not being corny. You could be corny and still get famous and rich. What part of this interview, what part of this exchange makes you believe that she don't think he corny? She's an interviewer. You got to try to keep the peace with the person you're interviewing. That might not have been her response if they were at a party somewhere at a social event. Might not have been her response, but she was interviewing him. And that's her lane. She's got a podcast. She interviews people. That's her lane. So nothing that took place would lead you to believe that she don't still think that dude is a corny. Nothing. But giving a hood chick the satisfaction of knowing, even with success of this magnitude, you can't wipe away your beta male simanginitis and your need for her to approve of you. This was a man who needed for a woman to approve of him because she didn't before. Let's be honest. How many of you were the man you are now in high school? How many of you were ugly ducklings who turned into handsome men? How many of you were broke dudes who turned into paid dudes? How many of you were skinny dudes who turned into dudes with great physiques? Do you go around the people that used to say you were skinny or pick on you or do whatever? Do you go around them flexing your muscles saying, I bet you won't pick on me now? No, you don't. You don't, man. This is an emotional response, and it reeks of desperation. It reeks of desperation. So after all this fame and success, he's still that same little broken high schooler inside, man. That boy need help. This isn't something positive. If you think it's positive, you need help too. That's what we're dealing with in the world, man. a whole bunch of beta male symptom anginitis that needs healing, but instead of getting proper healing, we're living vicariously through other men who have beta male symptom anginitis. When they get a small win or what we perceive as a small win, a small opportunity to say something to someone who don't even care anymore. Let me tell you something. If she cared about what he was saying, you think she would even brought it up? She brought it up for the sole purpose of being validated. And if you believe that he healed in a way that's greater than the validation he gave her, come on, man. He should have just ignored her and kept it pushing. If he was gonna say something about it, he should have said it off camera. Like, she got all the validation in the world. Now, I guarantee there are some guys wondering, who is she? There's some girls wondering, who is she? I bet her gram blew up. Wait a minute, who is she? Well, she got Michael B. Jordan. But she got Michael B. Jordan all in his feelings like that. Man, let me tell y'all something. And y'all better remember this. She ain't my cup of tea. But for that blonde wig, for one thing, but she ain't my cup of tea. But she ain't a bad looking woman. And so she ain't got to want Michael B. Jordan. See, this is what y'all believe. Y'all believe that if you improve yourself to get the women, you believe that after the wall, she gonna want you. But newsflash, even after the wall, she don't want you. She just capitalizes on the fact that your stupid ass still want her. When you see a woman who hit the wall and she go back and get with a dude who used to want her, it ain't cause she want him. It's because he still wants her, and now he's her best option. So she gets with him and probably still cheat on him with the same type of dude she always wanted. It is not because she wants you. It is because she wants what you can't provide, and you are one of the few men who are still willing to provide it at her post-wall position. Improve yourself for you, not the bro. You don't improve yourself so you can see a woman from the past and say, haha, look at me now. She said it for him. Look at you now. This is what y'all got to understand, man. And this is what y'all really have to understand. You have to embrace the reality of your life. If you were corny in high school, you know it. So what if people called you corny? Your ass was corny. If you were overweight in high school, they called you that. If you were academically challenged in high school, they called you that, and sometimes they put you in a class that indicated that. Y'all don't want to embrace the reality of life. Maybe your ass was lame. Maybe you were. If you were, you know it. Bo Washington, appreciate the 5 bones. He should have just high-sided her and kept it pushing. No free attention. Exactly. He should have just high-sided her and kept it pushing. There's no free attention. We ain't got no time to be giving no free attention. We can't worry about no free attention. We need to be giving that attention to ourselves. Because I guarantee you, man, after that interview right there, man, after that exchange right there, man, she gonna pop. She gonna get a push. She gonna get a push. The B, appreciate the dime contributing to the plate. Salute, man, appreciate it. If you were corny, you know it. Just like if you were popping in high school, you know it. If you were voted most likely to succeed, your ass probably were not the best dressed. You were the smartest, one of the smartest. Most popular in high school don't mean shit. Because when you go to college, guess what you are? A freshman. It don't mean nothing. What people said about you in high school don't mean nothing. And if you still caught up on what a woman said about you in high school, you still gonna be a beta male mangina with women as an adult, as Michael B. Jordan proved in all his foolishness with Lori Harvey. You're still gonna be a sucker until you overcome the things that make you need that type of validation from women. Worrying about whether you were popping to a hood chick all these years later is weak and beta. Still thinking about whether you were popping, because it's the thing. She said they were in Newark, in the hood. The dude in the hood, considering he walk around with a headshot. Yes, in my hood too, that dude, he was a lame. Walk around with a headshot. But like I tell my son, this is a stepping stone. This level of life is a stepping stone. Every level of life is a stepping stone until you get to the level you need to be on, where you don't use stepping stones. You're on an elevator at that point. Everything is a stepping stone until you get to the elevator up in life. And I want y'all to understand that. Nothing you deal with in high school should follow you the rest of your life. No matter how much fame and success this man has on the biggest night of his year, he got to confront some woman, and y'all think that's what he's supposed to do? He Michael B. Jordan at the premiere of Creed. He should have just pointed at the wall, but he didn't have to, because she already knows why she's there. It's not like this is a woman he saw in a club. This woman knows why she's there. Man, let me tell you something. The greatest part of this is that that same woman who said that about him is at his premiere interviewing him. Just interviewing him. Man, he should have bossed up on that situation. That was the perfect time for him to boss up on her, minimize her importance, and do all that. Instead, he maximized her importance and the significant role she played in his life in developing the lack of self-esteem that he still obviously has, where he gonna go try to wife up Lori Harvey. Man, this was Creed. This was his domain. And he let the broad pull him out of it, so he could say, aha, look at me now. It's beta, man. It's beta. WG, many people will respond emotionally if given a chance to confront people of the past that affected them. That not being beta is psychological. Man, if that affected you, it's beta. Your ass missing the whole point in here trying to speak about psychological shit. I'm telling you, if a woman not liking you or saying something about you affected you to the point where it still affects you now, yes, when you're a man, shit from high school shouldn't affect you. Not somebody said. We talking about words, man. We ain't talking about somebody did to you. We ain't talking about somebody, wrapped him up in tape and threw him in the locker and left him in there overnight. We talking about words. If words matter to you that much, man, you a sucker. And if you can't see that, then you just keep coming in these sucker comments. In this situation, in these circumstances, yes, if you're the average dude out here and there's a woman who you used to try to date and she ended up being, a single mom of 3 and now she big as a house, that's different. This chick ain't that. She on her grind, doing her thing. She ain't got to want to be with Michael B. Jordan. So his response was weak and lame because it didn't get the effect that it was supposed to get. And if he didn't want an effect, it was just something he had to say. Come on. I mean, it's lame, man. It's kind of lame. It's super lame. Spring water, man. Spring water. Sparkling spring water at that. So here's the thing, man. Needing to respond to someone is fine if you're still in that phase of your life. If you're a grown man who's attained this level of success, it is petty and childish and emotional and beta to still need to respond to a woman from high school who called you corny. Especially when you were corny. Dog, we talking about high school. This dude is a legend at his high school. You mean tell me all the things you've accomplished, man, that a woman can pull you back to a space that you hated in life? And listen, he didn't even hate the space in life. He would walk around with his head shot. He already knew what he wanted to be. He was already on his path. The need to respond to this makes it beta. The need to respond to it makes it beta. In Michael B. Jordan's world, this chick is a peon. She's a nobody in his world. Literally, she's a nobody. There are more famous interviewers, more famous reporters. She's a peon. I didn't even know her name until I looked it up for this video. I ain't know her name. I had to look her up and research her to see who the hell she was. I didn't even know her name. I bet you heard of Candace Owens before, though, ain't it? You see what I'm saying? Like, this should not have happened on this public forum. If he was going to say something, it should have been behind closed doors. You don't take your public forum and blow up a chick because you need to respond to some shit she said to you in high school. You got to see the bigger picture in this. Worrying about whether you were popping to a hood chick all these years later is weak because she's irrelevant. Just the fact that you're still thinking about what some chick said to you in high school, man, come on, bro. The alpha thing to do is go ahead and smash her. You know what I'm saying? After all that, man, bring her back. Then don't ever call her no more. But this is corny, huh? I'm the corny guy, huh? Ha ha ha! Oh, look at me now. I'm not so corny now, am I? I'm gonna be honest with you, man. This real talk. If that's the type of content you need, and you need motivation from that perspective, to be motivated from that level of betaism, I can't give you that. I don't want to give you that. I don't want to get, because that's, like you said, it's like homie said, it's psychological, but it's a psychological issue that you need to go get help for. So I do agree, it is psychological. It's a psychological hang up that you have, and you need to get some help. Another thing, seeking validation even after success is one of the most beta things a man could do. If you're seeking validation even after success, it's super beta. Because she didn't try to date him or anything. It was just an interview. And here's the thing. Expecting a woman to regret not dating you is some sucker shit. Especially when she's pursuing her own thing and having her own success or whatever she's doing. Now listen, the Creed that was big. For her to get that interview means that she's respected in her field. Just anybody couldn't have got that interview. So she's respected in her field and she's moving up in her own right. Okay, maybe she ain't getting his money, but she don't want to be an actor. She's in her field. She's in her career. And she had to be at least known by somebody in order to get that interview in the first place. So stop expecting a woman to, you guys go out in the world, man. You guys and build yourself to the best version of yourself. So some woman you used to want will regret not giving you a chance. Come on, man. Come on. Out of these billions of women on the planet, you worrying about trying to get one to admit she was wrong about you? Rest in peace to your manhood and masculinity, because it's gone. It's gone. I say this to y'all, man. The reality of your life is is the foundation of your world. You must build your life on the foundation of the reality of who you were and how that helped you become who you are. But you use those things as tools. You use them as tools. You don't let people weaponize their opinions of you against you. All of these times, and for my young guys, don't let people weaponize their opinions of you, because an opinion is just like an asshole. We all got one, and most of them stink to everybody but us. You dig? You men must remember that. Don't allow anyone, male or female, but especially a woman, because this is what y'all seem to get caught up on, dictate how you view you based on how they view you based on an opinion of you. Because Michael B. Jordan is probably a great guy. He could be an overall great guy. But he does have some skeletons in his closet and some shit from his past where he's been accused of some things. And just this response, it kind of lends itself to a guy who has a thing where he needs to kind of like this was like almost kind of like payback. Oh, look at me now. Huh. Remember you called me corny? Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Well, why do you remember that? Why do you remember that? She's a hood chick. She admitted, look at the weave in her hair. She's a hood chick. You mean tell me at this point, a dude who isn't hood, has never been hood, still cares about what a hood chick said? You haven't learned that that's not the quality of woman you want? If she didn't mess with you then, dog, don't mess with her now. That's the best thing I can tell y'all, man. Trav, salute. So, man, that's it, man. I ain't want to stay in here too long, man. I just want to come in here and slide this thing through, man, and chop it up about this, man. I wasn't going to make it too long. Now I want y'all to look at this. WG, not a good look for her. The world know her as a bully. Women know her as a bully. If you're a man and you caught a woman a bully for saying Michael B. Jordan is corny, man, unsubscribe from this channel. Unsubscribe. Because come on, man. Somebody calling you corny is a bully? Somebody saying you're not Michael. Come on, man. What you gonna do with that headshot you looking? Come on, man. It's not a bully. Those people lack understanding. The difference between those people and a bully is those people lack understanding. They don't know anything about planning to get ahead. They don't know anything about it. Now, obviously, this chick right here, she had a little something going on. She figured it out early enough how to move in a direction, but she's not on the same level as Michael B. Jordan is, like I just said. Maybe if she had started when he started, she could have been on a higher level. Maybe she could have been the Candace Owens of this thing, but I don't know. The bottom line is the people who know her as a bully are women and feminine dudes. Because that's like sitting around watching some people play the dozens. If somebody playing the dozens, is that bullying? Who cares? At some point, and what I'm saying is this, I'm not saying Michael B. Jordan don't have a right to feel this way. I'm saying he feels this way because he needs help. Being able to confront her isn't going to help. If you need to confront her about this, you need some psychological assistance. That boy need help. He got some issues that he need to work through. That's the only way he's going to overcome these feelings, that he need to confront people about things they said in high school. He needs to get to the bottom of why he still cares. He needs to get to the bottom of why those things affected him. And he needs to get to the bottom of how he's going to overcome those things so he don't spend the rest of his life in this hole where he needs to stick his head out like a damn ostrich or like a mole every time somebody come around from his past. She, regardless of what the rest of the world think, the true men among us understand that she was able to pull him into the emotion that she wanted to pull him in to get the validation she needed, and she still got the interview, and then call him and his homie, who is already being questioned about his sexuality, Batty boys. Call them Batman and Batman. Come on, man. Batman and Batman, that was a direct shot at those guys. Batman and Batman. Batman and Batman. You see what I'm saying? So y'all got to remember, man, and understand that you never let a woman pull you out of the mindset you need to be in. It never works. WG, appreciate 2 bones. Feminine dudes run the industry. Pays her bills. Yep, but that don't mean Michael B. Jordan got to be feminine though. What happens outside of what happens outside of your immediate environment is really none of your concern. It's just fodder, just gossip fodder. Like, who cares about you know, who runs the system or who runs this, how does it affect your life every day? When it starts to affect your life every day on a daily basis where you can see it affecting your bottom line, then yeah, it's something worth talking about. Otherwise, it's just not. You got to improve yourself for you. But the same mission he was on when he was walking around with that headshot, it's coming to fruition. So he shouldn't even be worrying about what someone said that didn't. Only thing you should be concerned about is the things that are going to help you get ahead and the things that are going to keep you from getting ahead. Because one of them, you got to embrace it and cultivate it. And the other one, you got to stamp it out and destroy it as quickly as you can. Those are the only two things you should care about in this world. The things that help you get to where you're going and the things that impede your progress. And you got to handle them and deal with both of them accordingly. Because one of them you got to have and the other one will sink your ship quick. Titanic. Shaz Andrade, man, appreciate the 10 bones. Men too baby bottom soft in these days. In these days, shout out to alphas up in here. Beta male, fall way back and pay attention. Yeah, man. That's what it is, man. I mean, I know there's a tough pill to swallow, man, for some guys, man. Appreciate you again, Shots. Jerry Kendrick, appreciate the dub, man. Salute to you. Appreciate you tuning in, man. So, you know, a lot of guys, man, are just going to be in their feelings about things, man. And I say this, ain't really nothing we could do about that. We got to, as men, we got to keep it a buck with ourselves and make sure that we stay in a position where the opinion that matters the most to us is our own. And if your opinion of me is different from mine, then I don't give a shit about your opinion because you don't know nothing. My opinion of me, what I think about me, dictates how I move, how I groove, how I choose, how I smooth, everything. It dictates everything. And so your opinion of me had better match what I know about me. And if it doesn't, I don't care what your opinion of me is. That's just the reality of it. So look, man, I appreciate y'all being in the joint. We've been in here a good hour, man. We're going to go ahead and give it a slide on out of here. Appreciate y'all, man. SJ3, Famo. Appreciate y'all being in the joint. Pastor Eki in the joint, man. Salute, man. I appreciate y'all being in the building, man. Let's get ready to head on out of here, man. Let's slide on out of here, man, to some, let's see, man. Let's find some. Let's find something suitable for this, man. I don't know what it is. All right, let's go here. You know what? I got something for y'all, man. Let's go old school.
Seems like no matter what you do sometimes, your efforts go underappreciated or unappreciated, period. You know, all we do, man, is try to give men the information they need to become the best version of themselves. No hate. We love women. We don't hate them. We just don't take no foolishness. And we can't be controlled by our lust. Those men can, but not us. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though. Now I'm not gonna tell you, man, that you shouldn't value your woman at all. A woman does have value, but you can't overvalue her and convince yourself that she brings more value to your life than you bring to hers. You know, just the protection and provision is more than a woman can ever make up for, man. So I'm not saying don't give her props for what she does, but damn sure never make her feel like she's more important to you than you are to her, because it's just a figment of your imagination. She knows the truth, so you have to understand the truth as well. This is called the abundance mindset. There's nothing she can give you that you can't give yourself, besides a baby. And do you really want one of those right now? Nope. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's
men let women slide with is shut-uppiness and obedience. Now, when you use the term obedience with a woman, she automatically relates that to being a slave. But slaves aren't obedient. Obedience is a choice. Slaves either do it or die. Shut-uppiness is another thing that women have a problem with. It doesn't mean you can't talk. It means that you can't talk when I'm talking. It means that when we're talking about things that I do as the man, you don't have an opinion on those things. Because I make decisions based on facts, not opinions. Not even my own opinions, and most certainly not yours.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto.